Hey, what's up guys? Deal the Collector bringing you another awesome video. Today we're doing something a little different to spice things up. If you're a collector visiting Orlando, Florida, you might be wondering where are the best spots to hunt for collectibles. Well, I've got you covered. In this video, I'm taking you to one of my favorite stores in town, Gods and Monsters. This place has something for every collector. 6 scale figures, 3 3/4 inch figures, comics, novels, and so much more. It's a must-visit spot out here, and I can't wait to show you around. So let's jump into it. But before we do, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell notification so you don't miss any future collectible hunts. All right, guys, let's get started. All right, guys, so getting right into it here. The store is massive. It's absolutely massive. There's so much to go over here, so I am not going to cover everything. There's still going to be plenty for you to find on your own if you guys ever decide to take the leap and come visit the store yourself here. But I'm going to cover a good majority of it over here. So the very first thing that you get on the right-hand side once you come into the store is going to be your Star Wars section. This is huge, especially with having Disney so close by. There's a big Star Wars fan. I mean, I guess technically you can say everywhere, but here in this Disney section here, obviously Star Wars is huge out here as well. So obviously the local stores are going to carry tons of Star Wars stuff, and Gods and Monsters is no exception. What I like about Gods and Monsters here is you can see there's so many different styles here. Like, yes, I'm kind of focusing right now on the Black Series, which, by the way, they have a abundant amount, and they're not duplicates, and they're not the ones that are the ones that just kind of stay, they're the ones that are just like always just warming the racks over here. These are really nice ones in here. I thought about picking up a few, but I was like, I just spent a small fortune out here, so I was like, let me wait until I find something I really want. So, but so many good stuff here. So you can see they have the retro lines as well too. You have some other decorations as well too. I mean, they have something from the sequel trilogy as well as the prequel and the OG. But the one thing I like about this here is that Star Wars is so available everywhere in Orlando, specifically at the parks, that a lot of stuff tends to be overpriced. And what I like about Gods and Monsters is this gives me a great alternative because I've been to Galaxy's Edge multiple times. A lot of this stuff is there, and it's usually double the price, or sometimes even 3. This is depending on. Now, I'm always going to look out for you guys here, so that's why I'm spotlighting a store like this here, because if you wind up going on vacation to Orlando, this is one spot you're definitely going to want to put on your radar to look at, because look at the stuff that you can get. This is stuff here that, again, you can find it at the amusement park for twice the amount. Here, you guys can pick it up, shop around, not to be in the heat, make a decision while the kids are yelling and screaming, I want to go on the next ride. You can take your time, enjoy this, enjoy everything they have. Look, they have novels as well too, guys. So you got the Millennium Falcon back there. You saw Galaxy's Edge lightsabers, which are technically exclusive to the actual amusement parks themselves. So you're seeing so many options over here. So I always like to look out for you guys and see if I can find you good deals. Gods and Monsters is no exception over here. So this section here of Star Wars stuff is phenomenal. There goes another lightsaber right there, guys. I mean, that's easily $200-300 at the park. So yeah, you do the math, guys. But I digress about that. I'm just excited that there's something cool for you guys to do besides the parks over here and go shopping and get your get your shopping on. But you can see here as well too, it's not just that. They have tons of other stuff here, including Pokemon. Obviously, that's big. My son pretty much stayed in this section for the entire time that I was just recording over here. So he was asking questions about trading cards and all kinds, and he was hooked. So I bought 15 minutes to record this stuff for you guys. So yeah. So big shout out to them for carrying this here, because that made recording this whole store a lot easier. But you can see there's still more Star Wars stuff over here in the middle. Their comic/graphic novel section is so big. I mean, as far as like how much they carry. Now I have a shop nearby me, and it's a pretty good size shop, nowhere near as big as Gods and Monsters. But what I like about my shop is there's a good variety for the space they have. This place has all the space in the world, so literally I went through everything, and I think they carry everything. I don't know for sure. Don't hold me to that. But literally everything I've ever heard of or read myself personally, I've seen something like that there too. So it's fantastic. It is absolutely unbelievable there. So I spent a lot of time off camera kind of perusing here, and I wound up picking up a couple, and I took home with me as well too. So I actually picked up Invincible. If you guys are watching on Amazon, I love that show. I'm up to season 3 now, absolutely hooked. But I wanted to go and actually read the actual comics itself, so I picked up a couple copies, and it's it's actually pretty darn good. It's pretty darn good. Honestly, maybe a little bit better than the show, but still love the show equally as much here. But yeah, there goes. Actually, you can see the owner in the back here, the guy with the black shirt. Good dude, very nice. He was very nice to let me record here. Here's some variety stuff here. So this is overlapping stuff here. You see Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. You see Jack. It's super cool. One of my favorite movies there. So you're going to see a lot of things pop up like, oh, look at this and look at this. You're going to nonstop. When you go to store, that's the first reaction you're going to have. So I'm trying to do my best to organize this over here for you guys just to kind of give you guys an overall idea of what it's going to be like when you guys get a chance to go here. But here goes the Marvel section here, Marvel Legends. Again, just like Star Wars, there's so much stuff out there. And obviously, Disney and Marvel go hand in hand. So kind of like what I said before about the theme parks, how much you'd pay at the gift shops. A lot of this stuff is there, and some of this stuff is actually not at the amusement parks, and it's at a way, way better price. So again, if you're going to be doing some shopping and bringing some stuff back home to friends and family that may like stuff as well, this is an absolute gem of a place to go to for something like that. But now you can see they got trading cards, they have ornaments, they have 3 3/4 figures. I mean, they've got it all over here. Funkos, you name it. They have a really cool assortment of stuff over there. So I really dig that they kind of build out these like nice sections for where it's just not a Marvel Legend. There's other cool stuff as well here too, and they do the same thing for DC. I was very thrilled to see this. I saw some really cool stuff that I picked up as well. I was super tempted to pick these two up right there, Catwoman and Joker, and even Harley. I mean, they have the Mondoverse for the animated series. That was my jam growing up as a kid. So, I mean, that's what started my love for Batman the way it is. So, this was very hard to walk away from, but you can also see you have the DC Universe as well stuff there too. So that's pretty cool. But then, there's a store called Gods and Monsters. So there's got to be some monster. And their section is pretty cool. There's a ton. So for my horror fans out there, you guys are definitely in for a treat at this place. So you can see they have Killer Clowns from Outer Space. You see Halloween, Jack the Ripper. You have zombies. You have Terrifier up there. What else? I have no idea who she is. But yeah, she's there. Vampire stuff as well too. Angel and Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Shout out to the 90s for that little throwback there. And then obviously, of course, my arch nemesis here. My childhood trauma. The Good Guy dolls. Chucky and Tiff. Yeah. So I'll tell you a story about that some other time. But yeah, that was creepy to see. But it's also cool to see as well too. But yeah, guys, I mean, look at this. Look at this section. I'm really this is the cool stuff because you don't see this as often. You don't see this much horror and stuff like that kind of in these comic shops. Usually, they stick to the big three and a couple of things that they can here. But you got something for everybody. There's a Beetlejuice Ouija board. I mean, yeah, it's just cool. I just love that there's so much variety. There's something for everyone. I'm thinking about every one of my friends and all our different tastes because we're all very different people. We'd all be in different parts of this store right here, just picking it apart because there's literally something for everybody, which I really dig about this here. Got some Jurassic Park on the left over there. Firefly, for crying out loud. Hello, you got One Piece over there. I mean, this is pretty sick. And of course, there's some love for Trekkies. Trekkies are getting some love over here too, so shout out to you guys. I'm thinking about the Ben Thomas show over here. I'm sure he'd love this section over here if he ever made a chance to come out this way. Super sick that they have that available as well too. Some Ghostbuster goodness over here. Jurassic Park. Yeah, it goes on and on and on. What I like about it is here, there's a very cool section that's about to pop up right now in a moment. And this is something I've never seen ever at a comic shop. Vault 5421. I'm going to show you what's in here. There's a bar in here, guys. There's a bar in your comic shop. How cool is that? Now, listen. I'm not going to say it here and say I've been to every comic store in the world, but this is the first time I've seen one of these in here, and I was blown away. This is super cool. I mean, I can just picture a place like this around Halloween trick-or-treat season here. How cool this back room would be over here. It's absolutely awesome. It's got the right vibe to it, and it's cool. And it ties in with the theme of the whole shop itself over here. So if you're wondering why they call them Gods and Monsters, well, here's your idea of why they do that. But it's so cool. I would love to come back here later on, like the evening time, and hang out back there. But this is exiting out from the vault over here. This is the back of the shop. Just kind of give you an idea like how far back it really reaches, because that's the front door from over there. But as far as kind of wrapping this up over here, there's so many unique IPs in there. You're seeing Gremlins from the 80s, more Ghostbusters, E.T., Lord of the Rings. There's tons of stuff. This is Overflow again, back on the novel side over here. So this is where you're going to get some of the extra stuff that you don't typically see. Some G.I. Joe over there. I mean, like I said, I keep saying this because it's the coolest thing about this video and this is about this store here. So I'm going to leave a link for Gods and Monsters in the description below. So if you guys want to check it out for yourself, by all means. Great shop, highly recommend it. And they do have Hot Toys there. If anybody's wondering, you don't see Hot Toys, they do have Hot Toys. They do get them by consignment over here. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna leave you off of this expensive Eternia over there for $1,200. That's insane, but it's so cool. But guys, that's gonna wrap up this video. I hope you liked it over here. If you do, I'm gonna do more content like this in the future, kind of showcase other stores too. But thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have a great day, and I'll catch you guys in the very next video. Keep collecting.